It's Therapy Thursday. The world is going crazy, but you don't have to. Stay tuned. The past few weeks have certainly been unusual for all of us with this coronavirus craziness. I went to Walmart yesterday and it was just surreal walking down the aisles with very little or no groceries on some of the shelves. And people were kind of pushing their carts in this wide-eyed silence. It was kind of eerie. It felt like something out of a horror movie. But this appears to be our new reality, at least for now. And with so many of us experiencing loss of income, job insecurity, fear of getting sick, or fear of our loved ones getting sick, we face quite an uncertain future. And from a counseling perspective, I believe a lot of people have been in shock that this is even happening. But slowly the realization of a significant life change, at least for the next few months, is starting to set in. It's easy to become alarmed at all this uncertainty, but there's a few things I think that we should consider. This is not the first time the world has been disrupted in a significant way. You've probably heard about the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918. I was looking at pictures online yesterday of the outbreak. Schools were having classes outside. Hospitals set up makeshift quarantines. People were wearing masks, and life went on. Economies were disrupted. Jobs were lost. People died, and life went on. Communities came together. They helped each other, and life went on. It's important to remember during all this uncertainty that life will go on. Throughout history, humans have encountered adversity and suffering beyond anything we can imagine, even worse than the coronavirus. Yet the resiliency and tenacity of the human spirit prevails, and life goes on. Number 2, it's important to manage your anxiety. I'll be honest. I teach people how to manage anxiety for a living, but I found myself a little stressed out just thinking about the loss of income I've already experienced and my friends and my family possibly getting sick. So don't feel bad about being anxious during this time, because the fear of the unknown is certainly a real thing, and elevated stress is normal for everybody right now. But if you feel yourself going into panic mode, it's time to unplug from Facebook or from whatever news sources you're watching and connect yourself back with what really matters the most. Play a game with your kids. Call a friend and don't talk about the virus. Or use what we call a grounding object, like a photo or a keepsake, to remind you of your loved ones. So when you feel yourself getting stressed out, you can take out your grounding object, like a photo or a memento, and you tell yourself, this is what matters the most. This is my reality. Take a moment, breathe, and physically connect with what's real and valuable, which is your family, your friends, a keepsake, something that means a lot to you. Another way to manage anxiety is to remember that we're all in the same boat. We're all in this together. And we've got federal, state, local, community resources that are available to us, along with the support and love of family and friends. We're going to get through this together, and this will not last forever. Thirdly, consider the possibilities of new and good things. Could this virus drastically alter our lives for years to come? Yes, it might. But our new normal can also be a good thing. We have lived in such a fast-paced, hectic world for so many years. Is it really a bad thing that we're having to slow down, stay home, and connect with our family and friends? Will it really be so horrible to downsize, to really reconsider what's important and to live a more meaningful, connected life? Even if people die, that will cause us to value life, to consider what's meaningful, and rethink our purpose. Personal growth, reflection, and self-evaluation are never bad things. Number 4, keep a sense of humor. I've seen some people become so critical about those of us who try to look on the bright side during this crisis. And maybe even we laugh a little bit about toilet paper hoarding or coronavirus memes. But with so much negativity and uncertainty about the future, a little light-hearted humor can keep us from despair. When Abraham Lincoln was criticized for appearing too jovial after the horrors of the Civil War, he said, "I laugh because I must not cry." That's wise advice from a man who lived in uncertain times, and that advice still applies to this day. And last but certainly not least, trust God. The psalmist said in Psalm 31:15, "My times are in your hands." We aren't promised tomorrow, but we can live in confident expectation that God has numbered our days and we can rest in his care. The Apostle Paul, toward the end of his life in the book of Romans, he says, "Whether we live or whether we die, we are the Lord's." For those of us who know Jesus Christ, in death and in life, in sickness and in health, in sorrow and in rejoicing, we know that we have an unshakable certainty that our lives are in his hand. Thanks for watching today. If you find your stress level is becoming a little too much to handle during this crisis, or if you need help with other emotional needs, feel free to reach out to us for encouragement and support. We accept most major insurances, including Medicaid, and we're also certified to provide teletherapy, should we all be stuck inside for a while. Until next time, remember, hope is unlimited at Lake Erie Counseling. I'm Joel Doherty, and we'll see you again soon.